Terra Luna Classic has insane future potential. Are you ready to gamble on this cryptocurrency? We're roughly 70x where we are right now. I went ahead and mapped out an optimistic 5-year projection for Terra Luna Classic. Now, to be clear here, I don't think that this is the most likely scenario. However, this is an optimistic scenario that we could look at for what is potentially possible for Terra Luna Classic. One of my main questions was, could Terra Luna Classic hit a $100 billion market cap? I decided to look at some past cryptocurrencies that have hit insane market caps. Let's start off with Dogecoin as an example here. Dogecoin previous market cap peaked at just shy of $90 billion. That's not quite 100. That's a really close comparison. The next one I looked at was Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu hit a peak of just about 40 billion, so about half of what Dogecoin hit, but still a massive market cap. Next we have Solana, which peaked at a market cap of just shy of 80 billion, or roughly 15 times the current market cap of about 5 billion. I highlight this because if we also look at Dogecoin as another example, right now we're looking at roughly 1/8 of the current peak market cap, and Shiba Inu is roughly the same at about 5 billion currently. And so you're seeing a trend here where right now, obviously, we are in a bear market. And this is important to highlight because in a bull market, these market caps were significantly higher than where they are right now. Another important thing to consider is that we're looking in this scenario at previous examples of what was possible, but as we have learned, every time we hit a new bull market after a recessionary or bear market environment, we tend to hit new peaks. Bitcoin's a great example of what's possible. Back in 2017, we peaked at about $20,000 price. Now in 2019, when price was a lot lower, price peaked down to about $4,000. People were probably wondering, hey, could we ever get back up to this $20,000 price, or maybe even like a $30,000 price? That was probably the question. That's kind of like where we are right now in my mind. We're at this point, or the equivalent of like a 2019. We're down a lot on value on a lot of different tokens right now, and we're looking, hey, what is the future potential? But in reality, we can see Bitcoin actually ran up to close to $70,000 at the peak. And again, now we're back down here wondering, hey, could we get back up to that $70,000 level? Well, maybe in reality, we'll go way off the charts here and we'll hit like $100,000 potential. And I think that trend can continue for a lot of other cryptocurrencies, assuming that they stay around and they stay popular. So by judging by the fact that we have Dogecoin, we have Shiba Inu, we have Solana, we have a bunch of different tokens and cryptocurrencies that have hit these prices of roughly that 60 to 80 billion dollar market cap, I think in the future, it's reasonable to assume that these could actually go way higher into that 100 billion plus market cap range, and Terra Luna Classic could follow suit. Another interesting thing to note is that the volume numbers at these peaks were dramatically different. For example, Dogecoin, you can see $31 billion of daily volume. That is unheard of in this current environment. You can see it definitely dropped off. Right now, you're looking at a lot less, roughly 1 billion or lower. Shiba Inu, same trend. At the peaks there, you had multi-billion dollars of daily volume. Now you're looking at hundreds of millions of dollars. Solana, again, similar story, billions of dollars of daily volume. Now you're looking at hundreds of millions of dollars of daily volume. Bitcoin also continues this trend at the peak there, tens of billions of dollars of daily volume. Now you're a lot lower than what it used to be. So while we currently might have a low market cap and a low 24-hour volume on Terra Luna Classic, if we do hit a bull market, we get a lot of hype, we get a lot of momentum behind us, there is a possibility here where you could see explosive growth back to the numbers that we saw before on volume, or potentially even higher market cap numbers as the overall market gets larger than it was before. So plugging this all into a spreadsheet, we get some pretty interesting results. To start off, our burn, right now we have a 0.2% tax, but we just had a proposal passed that remints 50% of that. So essentially we're burning 0.1 or half of that 0.2. So what I did here is modeled out the volume over a 5-year period. What could that look like? Right now we have lower volume, obviously, but hopefully over time volume will grow. And this is not even assuming that volume gets into the tens of billions, just up to $1 billion average daily volume, where we can maintain that over the course of a couple of years here. Market cap also, right now we're pretty low, but over time we could have that explosive market cap growth that we saw with those other cryptocurrencies. So if we look at the price and percentage of total tokens burned over time, we can see, yeah, our total tokens burned over time, a lot less than what we modeled when we had a 1.2% burn tax. However, we can still see some significant price action, potentially over almost 7,000% gains, or roughly 70x where we are right now. This would bring us to roughly just over 1 cent price for Terra Luna Classic, which would be massive. And I know that 1 cent is not $1. It's far cry from that. However, in reality, we're looking at 5 years, a 70x potential. You can't find that anywhere else. I would challenge someone to find another example where that potential exists. You just can't find it. And again, this is not a super likely scenario. This requires quite a few things to go right here. We have to go into a bull market. We have to go strong with cryptocurrency. So there's some uncertainty there that just can't be controlled. But if we can keep building, we can keep bringing utility to the ecosystem, keep bringing demand to the ecosystem, we could see something like this happen. And this is why I plan to hold my Terra Luna Classic for the long term. A worst case for me, I consider this like a lottery ticket. It goes to zero, I'm expecting it to go to zero and ready for that to happen. However, if I get lucky and we can see this scenario, this is going to be massive for me and this could make me some massive gains. I'm personally making my gains exponentially larger by staking my Terra Luna Classic, and if you want to learn how you guys can do that too, check out this video up here.